that's like the game. Everyone, like, you hope you're not on that end of it. But sorry.
Travel tonight was a little bit wild. You know, it's one where I was really uncomfortable. I almost played my idol, just because if there was if an idol played on the other side by Charlie, then I don't know. I just keep feeling like I'm the logical rebound target for them. So it worked out good. I had the guts to hold on to it, and Rob came through. Rob was a wild card. He actually swung Janika over to our side too, so we ended up getting 5 votes on Charlie, and Charlie wasn't happy. And you know, the reason we got him, to be honest, is just because he was really double agenting us pretty hard. We caught him on a couple of things.
I thought his name was Christopher, and I looked at them like, I know it's not Christopher. And I like had a whole conversation with them, and they were all laughing because I'm like, oh, it's Charlie. How do you spell it? Like, I was just, I went and looked at Brian, and I'm like, what's your gut? What are you feeling? And he told me, well, I think I want to change the vote. And I'm like, I want to change it to Charlie. He's like, yep, me too. And I'm like, if we just do the 4, me, him, me, Brian, Susan? Sandy. Oh my gosh. I'm losing my mind with names. Like, this heat is affecting my ability to remember people's names. I say them all the day long, and I can't remember them when I need to. Sandy, and then we knew Rob was this one vote. But, so Rob voted. But I also realized Rob and Jay are also working together.
That travel sucked. Like, that was tough. That was tough to
I bet for you.
But, so I think I need to, because I'm good with you guys. So we just got done with travel, and Charlie got voted out. I ended up flipping my vote. Charlie thought I was voting for Katie, and Andy thought, no, sorry, Charlie thought I was voting for Andy, and Andy thought I was voting for Katie, and I completely flipped and sided with the others and put my vote against Charlie. That vote was extremely hard for me to write his name down because Charlie and I were day ones since the social. We had a lot in common, we clicked really well, and every vote we've had together, we always consulted each other and voted with each other. So that vote was extremely hard. But I had to do what was best for my game. I felt Charlie was getting a little bit paranoid towards the end before we went into tribal, and that scared me a little bit. So I knew I had to make a move.
What's that?
Andy was the vote for me, right?
I don't know.
Andy must have voted for you.
It was either Andy or Janet.
She would have voted for Charlie, right?
Yeah, I told her to.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did get a vote. I'm pretty sure it was from Andy, which I don't blame him. He doesn't trust me, I don't trust him. I'm trying to mess with everyone. We're playing pretty similar games. Minus I actually have numbers and he doesn't.
It was like,
Very.
1 minute this,
Well, it was.
yeah, but yeah.
Charlie was just snaking too hard on both sides.
Yeah.
It was like, ooh.
And we caught him.
Yeah, we caught him on a couple things, so that's cool.
Yeah. No, that was a good idea.
I mean, he promised a lot, but I don't know. We had an alliance, but I don't think I would have made it much further in the.
I think he would have kept promising himself just to the next
Yeah.
tribal and
Yeah.
made a new promise. And
I think so too.
Probably thinking Charlie put my name down on there. I'm talking to the tribe mates back here. He was double dealing through the grass and making deals. So even though he said he'd done everything to stop me from going home tonight, it means that it seems like he did everything to make me go home tonight, which kind of backfired. His aggressive game there kind of caught up to him, and the tribe mates caught onto it and took care of the situation. It surprised me. I was totally in the dark on that vote.
Because then Charlie voted for Andy.
I mean, that's
Right now, I do need to talk to Andy because I need to let him know where I stand. So that's another relationship that I'm going to be building and working on as we come with this merge.
And then Paula is the ringleader.
Paula's running the show.
And then all of them work together, and now that she's not here to like bring them all, we can.
Paula's vulnerable now.
Well, no,
after the
because
merge.
she's on a new one.
A new
She's
idols?
on the other side. No, girls. Numbers.
Oh, she's running girl show?
No, I'll pull them in. I promise
you?
I will.
Okay.
I promise that.
Yeah.
Oh, you think she's
Because
got
we'll
like
get the
Katie and
three.
Caitlin
Because
in
you'll
that
get the
group?
two, and we'll
I
get
promise
Caitlin.
those girls are with us.
Okay.
Those girls are with me 100%.
Yeah, and I feel like so once we merge, of course, it's like game over and you're starting brand new again. Everything changes. We still have, a definite alliance with my former tribe mates, and as well as I think we're going to try to get together with the former red team that will give us the numbers. I've always, stayed close with my tribe mates, and I'm hoping to kind of do the same. But again, once you merge, you're kind of on your own too, in a sense, as far as, competing and winning and, moving ahead. So anything can happen at this point once we merge, so it'll be interesting.
I'm really so out of it. I'm like forgetting
Brain stops
names.
working.
Yeah, it's the
It's
worst.
weird. With Sandy, McPhail, and Brian going into the merge, we shook on a Final 4 agreement between our two tribes. Final 8 agreement between our two tribes. I trust Janiki, and I shook on Janiki, and I let her in on the vote. So she is going to work with me secretly during the merge as well.
Yeah.
If I would have kept them.
Merge comes now. We got a couple of ways we can play it. I think, the former Black and Blacks tribe. There's 4 of us, and then there's 4 red, 4 blue. So regardless, you're gonna have to split up somehow if you want to get the majority of numbers. And I'd like to see us join up. The question is, do we join up with the red team, with Rob's team, or do we join up with the blue team, which was Paula's team, and in that group? And we've kind of got some. Rob helped us out, and I kind of promised Rob that I'd be his guy, and which is great, but there's nothing I can do, Rob. Sorry. If it works out, I hope it does. I'd love to play with you, but I got to make sure I'm taking care of my backside. So.
Please. Can I guess the over/under of what time it is?
6 o'clock.
I don't actually know. I'm gonna say like 4:34.
Black will stick together, and I think other tribes will pull apart, and I think that could be really good for us. And if Caitlin can just pull in a couple of people, we'll be in good shape. The weird thing is, I might end up on a tribe with 6-7 women, and I'm be the only guy. Worries me a little bit. But sometimes women like to keep a guy around just to keep some balance in the hormones and things like that. So it could be a good thing for me too. So we'll see.
they have more guys, right?
Well, I've got some, I really would like to work with Rob and with Charlie. Charlie, again, he was part of the tribe here. I really would like to see where their game face is on. you know, I don't back down from challenges, so I just want them to know that I am playing this game. You know, it doesn't matter how much immunity I've had or, you know, I've played the game hard, so I want them to know that I'm with them if they'll align with me.
Okay, 3 girls, 3 guys.
Oh, oh, they get robbed though.
I don't think I'm anybody's number one, to be honest with you, in this game. But I think as the numbers start going down, like, you know what I mean? Like, even being with Caitlin and Marcel, like, I'm at the bottom of that. Like, I'm nowhere near the top, but it was enough to buy me one more vote to hopefully that will win or something happens and I can find other people who will do the same. So, I mean, I really don't know who I'd work with going forward because really, you know, my only loyalty at this point is going to be to the people that saved me. Even
Or someone too strong.
Someone I think could be a threat that we could potentially take out after the merge would be Paula. She's had immunity the whole game. She raised the most money, and I just think she could do really well in the end. She's a sweetheart, but I think she's definitely a threat.
Hopefully, if we merge after this, we'll be able to see who we can build a bigger alliance with until we get down to single digits.
They have more. They have more.
Andy,
Right?
Charlie, and then Brian.
Flipping on Calhoun, I think, would be kind of what we have to do right now instead of just going with the flow. And then if we get rid of Josh now, Rob won't trust us. Right now I'm trying to protect them so that they have my trust and like can trust me to the merge, and then blindside them because they probably both have idols. So like, yeah, I feel like it's important to get rid of that.
We were still up anyway, so I was like, I would have been so mad if I was like trying to fall asleep. I think we've kind of got a good grasp on Caitlin. She seems to be really wanting to work with us. I guess we just kind of don't know what her ties are to the previous Mille Lacs team, so it should be interesting once we merge, I guess. Like they came and woke me up.
The idea was great.
I'm not sure where my other tribe mates will be on the black team, and Brian is the other one that I'm really close with over there, other than Corey, who unfortunately is gone. So right now, Katie and Maris are the two that I'm hoping to work with.
Hi guys. Why would I love it? Welcome. I'm not mad at
Can you guys all get up and like come out here?
you. We refuse. Say hi. Make us.
We were told not to leave the tent. Yeah, I told them not to leave the tent because
She's been like, what? Stephanie even like broke out and cried. Okay, so you guys are the Outcast tribe, and what is going to happen is you guys have 30 minutes to strategize. You each get 1 vote. You will put a vote on one other person, and you're voting for them to go back into the game. You cannot vote for yourself. You're voting for one other person. You guys can strategize. If there's no strategy, whatever. That is it. You guys have 30 minutes.
That's so sweet.
That's so funny.
I don't know. I don't know how you guys want to do this. I mean, we could sticks, shortest stick. I mean, I don't know how else you guys want to do it.
If we're doing like
who wants to go in?
Are we doing a tribal?
Does anybody
At
not
tribal?
want to go in the game?
What if we do it at tribal and like we just all speak and then vote? Is that how we're doing it kind of anyways? Who wants a shot to go back in, right?
Yeah. Everyone should like just have I think like a moment on the panel to talk to the other people, like, hey, use your vote for me kind of situation. Is that kind of what you mean?
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
This is hard. I got here. I got voted out. I didn't play. So to be waiting approximately 20 hours to just go home and like dying on a tarp in this sandy little turnaround for nothing would kind of suck. We thought we were competing, and I thought I was going to get a fair shot. So the vote is a twist that we weren't imagining, because we talked about it a lot.
Well, I'm going to be not a huge target coming back in. Josh is bigger than me. We have a few people left from black that you said yourself that they were sad to vote me off, so that is not going to be dead for me. I'm in a wedding next month with Maris. I know her really, really well. I was in Rob's cousin's fraternity, and Rob was a volunteer last year as well as John and Keith. So I do have connections, and I feel like I'm not gonna be this huge power player coming back in. I'm gonna be someone kind of people don't know and forget about, and I'm sort of gonna leverage that to the best of my abilities. I'm like such a huge fan of Survivor that I really want this. I'll do whatever it takes.
I'm definitely looking for the person who it would mean the most to, whether that's for them, like their own personal self-worth, whether that's for their experience here. I'm really trying to put in all these inputs that would give me the person who it's going to mean the most to. That's what I'm basing my vote off of.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, the biggest thing is not a wasted vote. Right. Someone that has probably the most allies. For me, it wouldn't be so who can mess up everyone the most. Because that is still going to make a big target. Like, I want someone that would, like, I see that actually be able to get the furthest in the game. I don't necessarily think it'd be revenge. I think it'd be someone has probably the best chance to actually move forward with a good game plan. So it isn't necessarily to F everything up and to kind of throw everyone off. I think it's to actually have the best chance of becoming the survivor. I think that would be the best reason for me to vote someone back in. But it is screwing over whatever team. That's not really my agenda. Right. It is actually just being
I think we all need to, right, I mean, we're all probably...
I am looking for someone who's going to go back in the game and be ready to play. Honestly, it's an uphill battle, so I want to send someone in there who I know is going to fight, who's going to try to cause chaos, and someone who's been playing aggressive. I think there's a few of us here at Outcast Tribe who were playing good games while in there, and I think we kind of have the spirit to get back in there and try our best. So I'm thinking of a couple people in mind right now that I want to vote for, but I want someone to represent us who's ready to play, ready to fight, ready to compete, ready to win immunity, and not going to back down.
That's my immunity.
Whoever wins gets some food. All right.
What I'm looking for in the contestant that's going back in the game is someone that isn't afraid to get their hands dirty, someone that's going to play dirty, someone that's just going to be out to win, ruthless, bloodthirsty. I'm looking for someone that wants to go back and win this game, and not someone that's going to be a follower or anything like that. I want someone that's out for blood.
Not the island of the misfit toys. It's down to 3 people. It's me, Alex, or Corey. If you don't put one of us 3 in, we're the only 3 that has a chance of doing something in it. So it's a done deal. Everyone else who thinks they deserve a spot is delusional. So we'll see what goes on. I don't have high hopes for me because I haven't been here to connect with people on that, and 2 of the people I could viciously blindsided. So
I think it'd be wasted.
Everybody wants to go in, but who's going to be
most likely to go in? Interesting.
I think it'd be interesting to see them.
I don't know if they're going to shut me out or...
I think it'd be interesting for them to see me because they're all still in there and they'd have to explain themselves. That would be the best angle to make it awkward.
I don't want to do
I know nothing. They know nothing about me.
No, me neither. That's like the last thing I want to do. Like, I don't want to hear about whatever because like everyone's got their own.
That deserves it, but also someone who knows what they're doing
And wants to
my vote for the person to go back into the game is based on a couple of things. Number one, I want it to be someone who I think deserves to go back into the game, someone who I know is going to play hard. Also, someone who's just going to kind of go and wreak some havoc, someone who understands how the game is currently being played and how the alliances are all formed and how, all those relationships have been built. And I would love to see whoever we end up voting for, I'd love to see them go in and win the whole thing, so it has to be someone that's capable of doing that.
Okay, so this is kind of a different tribal council where you will want to see your name. You will each get a vote for someone else to return into the game. So Alex, there's still strategy to this. So what is the strategy to putting a vote on someone else?
Well, I feel like there's 3 criteria I'm seriously debating in my head right now. Do I vote for the person who's, I think, going to do the best? Do I vote for the person who I think deserves it the most? Or do I vote selfishly and try to get myself?
So Corey, you're nodding your head. You're like, yes, yes, yes. This is a game for charity. So the natural option is like myself.
I mean, honestly, that was my first thought as well. And then in the last 20 minutes, I thought, I want to vote for someone who's going to go in there and perform well and hopefully represent us. And if it's not me, I'm okay with that. I would love to go back in.
So Daniel, has there been talk of like this person that's going back in? Are they stirring up the pot?
There was a lot of talk about that, and there was a lot of talk about sending someone in who could just kind of wreak havoc on what's going on, and someone who knows about all of the alliances and the relationships that are out there. But I think we need someone in the end who's going to go in and potentially win the whole thing.
And Rachel, you've been an Outcast since like a day ago almost. Do you think since you've had time to interact with every single person on Outcast that could potentially come into your favor as well?
I'm not sure, because they all know I'm a wild card. We don't know if I get in, if I'll get shut out right away, or if people will try to use me to their advantage. If people will talk to me and I'll learn and I'll be able to do well. We were all expecting to compete for this. We didn't think we'd be voting. So you threw us for a loop and made us scramble one more time.
Right. So McCray, why do you want to go back in? Like what's your like, hey, I'm going in because X?
The reason I'm going back, or I want to go back in, is because I slow played the beginning of this game. I played myself very down. Obviously, I was on Big Brother. Like, I'm obviously a target just for that fact. So once I go in, like, I'll be playing for individual immunities, and I know that I can compete with everyone that's out there right now.
Corey, how about you? Why do you want to go back in?
I mean, I'm just such a huge fan of the show. I've worked so hard to get in a good place in that first half of the game, and unlucky tribe swapping and idol took me out. I still think I have good relationships to represent the people here and make it far, potentially to the final 3, and be able to plead my case at the end.
Alex, how about you? Why do you want to go back in?
I have several relationships that are in the game right now. I'm in a wedding with a Maris. I know Rob from volunteering last year. I know Janika from volunteering last year. I feel like I'm someone who went out early and is not going to be seen as a huge threat. But I also physically am able to win these challenges. I can do puzzles. I can do the physical stuff. I can eat anything, I'm pretty sure. So I feel like I want this the most.
Charlie, how about you?
I mean, it sounds like a broken record for these two behind me, but it's the same thing. I'm here to do this. I'm not here to be like some like loser outcast. Like, I want to be out here. I want to win it for all of us. We're all great game players in our own right. We all deserve it. No one's docking anybody out here. But I mean, like, as it takes what they just said of who knows exactly what's going on, I'm the freshest person from it. I got basically a messy gameplay, not from my end or why I went home, but I still have relationships in the game, like they both stated, that I can exploit and get to other places. And I know that I can get to where we need to be and represent us as a unit for the best.
Danny, does this kind of like Outcast just kind of like light a fire under your ass? Like, okay, one of us can actually go back in, wreak some havoc, get to the end and actually win.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I think, you know, in my case, especially, like, everyone from my original alliance, like, flipped for some reason, and I still don't even know why. So I think there's something to be said where that can make it uncomfortable for them, and, you know, make it awkward in that sense for them too.
And Daniel, how about you? Why do you want to go back in? Like, what's pushing you?
Yeah, obviously I want to go back in to win, but I really never even got a chance to play the game. We had a pretty strong alliance, or so I thought, at our tribe, and unfortunately, because Paula had immunity till the merge, and she just so happened to voice her opinion that she wanted to work with me the most, to everybody, put a huge target on my back, and so I probably would have done the same thing if I were Charlie. I probably would have flipped and gotten that target out, and it never really gave me a chance to build real relationships and compete in the challenges, which I know that I do well in.
And Rachel, finishing it out, why do you want to go back in?
I came to play. I haven't played yet. I walked in here, I walked out, and I spent a long time alone. Until one by one, all these boys joined me. So Yeah, I've been ready to play since I got here, and I've been trying to take care of myself for competing. So hopefully I get in and can make some noise.
Awesome. So this tribal is also kind of twofold. Once the person is voted back into the game, I will reveal then the highest raiser out of all you pre-jurors, and that person will become the first member of the jury. All right, Charlie, you're up.
You are a tactical assassin, and you will slay this game because you have the most relationships in there. You were unfortunately blindsided by people that don't know how capable you are of wrecking their game, and they will be sorely, sorely sorry when you come back in there. Best of luck, buddy.
One day later, I'm finally back here.
I'm voting for you because I think you have the best chance to go and win the game. Good luck, my friend. I'm voting for McCrae. I think he and I stand the best chance to actually do some work if we get back in the game. So I wish him luck if it is. And this has been so fun.
I will go tally the votes. All right, and you want to see your name pulled out of this urn. There are 7 votes in here. I will read the votes. First vote. McCray. Alex. That's 1 vote McCray, 1 vote Alex. Corey. Alex. That's 2 votes Alex, 1 vote Corey, 1 vote McCray. Corey. That's 2 votes Corey, 2 votes Alex, 1 vote McCray, 2 votes left. Corey. That's 3 votes Corey, 2 votes Alex, 1 vote McCray, 1 vote left. The Outcast returning to the game is Corey.
Thank you all so much. I will try to represent the best I can.
You don't get to try, you get to do.
Oh, thank you guys.
Try my best. Thanks, guys.
Corey, congratulations. You will re-enter this game. You want to head that way?
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so the first member of our jury raising $1,700 is Charlie.
You got a voice.
Yep.